I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a technical guy. I couldn't tell you how many wines are on it. I'm lucky to plug the thing in and go, oh wow, it needs a battery, it needs to be changed. You know, you guys are a great crowd. Make sure to tip your waitresses, please. It's a trip to watch everything unfold as life does, you know, because Sterling and I and the whole family really became not only working together, but we became very close. Our families, you know, all grew up together and have gotten through life, through the good, bad, and the ugly together. So every time I put one of these guitars on, it's just a reminder of the relationship of my friends, you know. The first time I met Sterling, before we became best pals in the universe, the moment we met each other, it was instant bonding. Even before anything about guitars, I had been using the strings. Ernie Ball strings were my first strings when I was 8, 9 years old, my first band. The old pink pack, man, it's the standard, the gold standard of strings. Then come to find out he was making a guitar for Steve Morris, and I was very interested in that. Then I found out he was making one for Eddie Van Halen, who's one of my oldest bros, God bless. I was a man without a town, if you will. And they said, let us build you a guitar. They said, give me your favorite guitar, and I gave them my favorite #1 VA guitar. And they took the neck and they put it on the computer and all this stuff, and I was very excited with what I got back, which was the very first one, which I used on, the first time I used it on record was a record I did called The Candyman back in 1993. You have the real one.
This is the original prototype from 92, 93.
This is I think one of two, if I'm not mistaken. I have the other one buried in my trunk somewhere. But this is going back to the egg right here, man. Look at this. Look how great this thing looks. Look at the quality of work. This is now like what? 30 years, man. This thing looks like spanking. Like it just came off the... This was what we ended up with.
This is what we ended up with.
That was the prototype. So okay. Oh, man, feels nice. Okay. Sorry, I just want to get to know it a little bit. The other one that you saw was a prototype, so it's very rare. This is what ended up being the first model we were selling. This was the first one that I played on the record and that I played on stage in 1994. So every time I go back to one of these old guys, it's like revisiting an old friend. So I'm really thrilled with using these guitars, and then I get the call. Sterling and I would talk almost every day anyway because we're buddies. And he said, you know what, people have been asking, like, man, I'd sure like to get one of these guitars without a Floyd. So I said, yeah, man, come on, make me one. Sure enough, right out of the box, Dudley and the gang came up with a winner, and that became the L2. Okay, all right, got it. So boom, no Floyd Rose. You know what I mean? We got the new Ernie Ball, which I loved what they did here is I think it's beveled is the right word. It kind of comes across here so I can use my palm just to do little things, the wang bar. Little expressive things, and I go, wow, this is an incredible improvement. It even has this cigarette stand when I used to smoke. How about that? Don't smoke, kids, it's terrible for you. Now this one has a little extra love in it because I've been playing it. Now this one is sort of an interesting one. I'm gonna get back to this one, but we went from the L2 to the L3. Again, Sterling and I were talking. Brian and Scotty were involved at this point as well. Scotty Ball, and the whole family was involved in this one. And this is, yeah, let's make a guitar that doesn't have active pickups. Did have the great 12 dB boost, though, that I use a lot when I'm playing on stage. So anyway, they sent me the L3, and I loved it. It was completely different. And then comes the L4, which this is actually an L4 with an L3 neck, because this was sort of a prototypey thing, which I fell in love with, and that's usually what happens. I screw everybody up. But this is essentially the L4. And this has the Music Man made, once again, you know, they just come to the party and made me some outrageously incredible pickup to the point where it was the first try. It was like, no, these are great, I'm using these. I just dug it. I can't even tell you exactly what they did, but it's just better. A little stronger, a little bit more bite. They all have a different sound to them and a different feel, but I love them all, it's hard. L4, man, now here's the L4 a little bit more completed. This is the one that's, I love this guitar too. I've been using this one. Kind of brought me back to the Floyd again, you know, this is like a retro. And I hadn't played a Floyd in a while, so it was kind of fun to get that feel again. But besides the fact that aesthetically it's very cool, these pickups, these are the brand new Music Man HT pickups. These HT pickups are badass. But I love the stuff, man. The relationship has gone on for 30 some odd years now. It's hard to believe that much time has gone by. And getting to hang out with Ernie, their father, grandfather, what a trip. I mean, that's the guy whose name was on the back that I bought when I was just a kid. And he was very, very nice to me through the years. And just seeing how the whole, how many family businesses are there left anymore? There's really not. American made, they take care of their people. I mean, it's an impressive thing that how they run the company and everything. So couldn't be more honored to be part of something so cool as the Music Man, Ernie Ball family. Yeah. I'm an old guy, I said everything I could say. I don't know how to build these things, I'm just glad to play them.